Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
It's wonderful to be together here today and with you on Zoom. You're all such a blessing to us. My name you already know, but I'll just say it so I can hear it. And so my name is Shirley Angel Love. And I'm here to kind of give some little guidance of how things are going to go this morning. Welcome. Okay, so we have a few opportunities coming up this week, and I'm going to share those with you. Early Birds meets every Sunday morning in the fellowship hall, on Zoom. And that's at 9:30, and we're having a wonderful time of reading the book, Practical Metaphysics by Eric Butterworth. We have some upcoming speakers. Today will be Dr. Edward, and next week will be Dr. Edward. And then Reverend Bram Watkins on February 26th, March 5th, our wonderful Dr. Edward again. March 12th, Brian Watman, the traveling monk service, and afternoon satsang. On March 19th, Dr. Edward. And March 26th, Shirley Angel Love. Thank you. Today is our annual meeting. Plan to attend the annual meeting today, also on Zoom at the same link, starting at 12:30. We'll be having a luncheon after service, and the state of the church and future plans, the election of new board officers, or board members. If you would like to consider joining the board, speak with an existing board member. Names and numbers are in the handout. And then Thursday evening group meets every Thursday. We have a different audio each week. And so at 7, and so it's not too late to join us. Each week is a different speaker with discussion afterwards. This series will be talks by such well-known authors as Bruce Lipton, we've listened to him, Lisa Renkin, MD, Dr. Mike Dow, and Lynn McTaggart. And so we do meet in person, some of us in the fellowship hall, and this is also on Zoom, and the link, if you need a link, Dr. Edward or Dr. Cleona have the link for us. Oh, and then there's the New Thought Ladies Luncheon coming again, and that's at CSL on Thursday, the 22nd. And then we have Jean Derringer dowsing class focusing on healing, a deeper look, and that is February 25th. And last but not least is that our prayer team remains ready to serve you, to support you, to pray with you. And you may submit a request either by web page or give it to Dr. Edward. Our prayer team meets virtually on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 to pray. And this is a good time for you to sit quietly wherever you are and join in. You may, we know that spirit and the energy of prayer knows no limit. And so at this time, we'll have our invocation. So just get yourself centered and comfortable. Taking in deep breaths, helping us to relax and to center. As we gather today, February 12th, we acknowledge and welcome the presence, the power, and the love of the living source, the creator of all that is and is still creating. We remind ourselves that this presence is everywhere present, all-knowing, and each of us are known. We are known in our wholeness, in our innocence, and in our perfection. We are spiritual beings having human experiences, learning, and for growth. And we are awakening, remembering even now, consciously aware that we are in the image and likeness of the living source creator. I am my I am presence. I am my divine self. And I am one with and in the divine of every man, woman, and child on the planet. This divinity is our core essence. Right now, we call forth the conscious awareness of the presence of comprehensive divine love in every man, woman, and child, wherever you are and whatever circumstance you are in. Peace, peace, everywhere peace. Together, we call forth peace, and we say together, and so it is. Okay, so stand if you're able, and we'll sing the song of joy. Love binds us all. Thank you. You may be seated. Before we do our affirmation, I have a couple of thank you notes here from people that we have given a portion of our tithes to. It's always wonderful to get a thank you, isn't it? This one says, "Dear Wellspring congregation, thank you so much for your generous contributions to Four Paws. We will only accomplish this mission with the kind supports from people like you. With golden gratitude, the pack." And then there's little foot pack. And then the next one is from the Las Cruces Public Schools federal programs, a certificate of appreciation for endless contributions and educational support serving Las Cruces Public Schools students from pre-K through high school. And it's a wonderful little thing and has Wellspring on the little certificate here. A donation of $800 for our homeless students. I'm just getting holy goosebumps feeling into that right now. Okay, so that's a wonderful feeling to give and to receive thanks, isn't it? All right. So, shall we read together our vision, our mission, and our affirmation? Our vision: to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission: to support individuals' spiritual quest through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. And our affirmation: this month we remind ourselves that all love begins with divine love, and there's no greater expression of love than divine love. We acknowledge that divine love is continually expressing itself through us, as us, and with us. We lift all as we extend this love to those we meet, and so it is. Wonderful. And so now I believe is our time for a reading.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have a guest. Oh, I don't want to leave you out, Barry. Okay, Barry's going to bless us. Thank you, Barry. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Barry. I didn't purposely leave you out. It's good to be up here and be able to watch those 10 fingers move across that keyboard. It's wonderful. Okay, I think maybe now I can do the reading, okay? I'm reading to you today from Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. He also is the one that is with us in Early Birds. Life is for living. Life is for growing and unfolding, for experiencing a deeper and deeper awareness of the isness of God and of her perfect life. Anything you will ever be, you already are. The greatness of the infinite is already involved in you. Sleeping within you is a strong, capable, confident, dynamic person. The person you long to be. No matter what obstacles may beset you, there is the seed potential within you of the giant-like man or woman who can conquer and overcome. Whenever we look up, we wake up. When we are mesmerized by the appearance, we look at the job of the person or the obstacle before us and say, it's too much, I can't handle it. It's impossible, I can't go on. The strength and courage and ability and goodness is within us. But sometimes we forget, don't we? We see only the stone. But when we look up, we wake up. We realize something greater about ourselves and about life. We know that there is a presence, there is a power, there is an intelligence, and we know our oneness with it. I am in tune with the infinite, and I can do what needs to be done. Through the power that indwells me, I can succeed. I can overcome. I can be what I want to be. And so now it is our privilege to have Dr. Edward come and share with us words that can be revelations and insights. And we thank you. We thank you.
So good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you here and nice to see our folks on Zoom as well. Today's talk is you can't teach an old dog, true or not. So I was inspired by this last Sunday that in the February 5th Science and Mind magazine, the title of the daily reading was, Can You Teach an Old Dog New Tricks? Among other things, the author used that V-shaped symbol, the metaphysical symbol, you know, it goes like this, as an example. He says that we frequently describe that symbol as being open at the top, indicating that we're always open to new inspiration or experiences or understanding. The question he posed was, does the symbol stay open, or is there some point in our life, in the number of years that we've been on this planet, that the top starts to close on us? And of course, I don't think that was explained or in addition to anything that Ernest Holmes put in there. So we're going to say that it does not close. But the question is, do we allow it to close? Is there some point in our life where we become no longer willing or able to grow or to be open to new ideas, new learning, or to change? And in the reading today with Butterworth was talking about this sleeping giant, if you will, inside of us. I don't remember that she said anything about this only is true for those between his age of 20 and 50 or anything like that. And of course, I'm kind of speaking to the choir here, as they say, because I'm looking at all of you who are New Thought practitioners, and you are continuing to grow. But perhaps we have heard folks occasionally say, well, that's just the way I am and I'll never change. So the question is, are we kind of caught in that same trap ourselves, but not realizing it? I'm just saying, let's be open to a little bit of curiosity. So we've heard it said that age is only a number, of course. Young or old, an attitude or outlook is not a matter of years on this planet. Henry Ford said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether age 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. Bruce Lipton says that the mind is between the environment and our body's cells, in which he was meaning that our body's reaction, if you want to go all the way down to the DNA, is not strictly determined by the environment, that we have our mind, which is a filter between the environment. And the environment can be anything from, you know, toxins in the environment to somebody saying something that we might react to or what have you. So I'm going to say, let's put this in the context of age. And you might say that the number of years we've been living, which is our age, is our environment. However, our body cells don't have to respond or act that old. And we also have heard, and I think we know this, that we continually replenish all the cells in our body. Various cells are replenished at different frequencies or periods. Those cells don't have to be replaced with weaker cells. And then we've, in some of Joe Dispenza's work, he's shown that the telomeres, which are the kind of tag ends of our DNA, can actually be replenished by meditation. So that would mean that our cells would not have to replicate improperly or faultily as we get older, if we did some things such as meditation. So let's protect our genetic material. Let's protect our DNA. Let's protect our body's replication of new cells by doing things that, such as meditation, that will keep that deterioration from happening. And many times we age because we have nothing new in our lives or nothing to look forward to. There are numerous stories about people dying within a year of retirement. Now, I would say most of us in this audience have at least succeeded in living longer than a year past our retirement. And only you know exactly how you did that. But if our entire identity was tied up in our vocation, then yes, it can seem like we have nothing left to live for, or that our usefulness is over and we're just being discarded when we retire. Again, I think those of you who are listening probably have a strong enough spiritual practice or drive in addition to our vocation. That's likely one reason that we have much to look forward to, no matter what our job was or is. Someone once was speaking with me and I said, I feel like I've accomplished all that I came here to do in this life. I've completed my karma and there's nothing left for me to do. Why am I still here? Kind of put me on the spot. But I thought, well, number one, the fact that you're here means that you haven't completed everything you came to do. So let's just set that one aside, right? But maybe what it really is that you still have a lot to give. You have gifts that haven't been expressed. Maybe that's why you're still here. You don't feel like you're slogging through, we want to call it karma, we can't. You still have gifts to give. You may either, being of service to others or being of service to source. Nothing else, just keeping your consciousness elevated is a service to the entire universe. Someone said, C.S. Lewis said this. He says, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream." Someone once asked, when is the best time to plant a tree? Last year. When is the second best time to plant a tree? Today. So I think optimists are those who plant trees. So I might say, when is the best time to undertake a new career or new vocation or new endeavor of any kind? Last year. Second best time? Yeah. Today. Yeah. Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. A couple of weeks ago, we watched the video on the 365 Give program. This was started, as you recall, who watched the video, by a mother who decided she wanted to train her 3-year-old in the practice of giving. You recall that. And so she did made a list with her child as what kinds of things could we give, what would giving be? It didn't necessarily have to be just collecting money or what have you, but giving thanks. I mean, she had a whole list and they embarked on this. And apparently this caught on because not only was he doing it, but then everybody in his classroom did it. And then everybody in his school started doing it. And then everybody in the local school district started doing it. And the subtitle of that was, you know, how to make an impression on the world. Clearly, she was making an impression in her, in that little arrangement. And according to the happiness study, giving is just one of the characteristics of happy people. A few other characteristics of happier people are know when to let go. And as this applies to us, folks who get older every year, as folks get older, they tend to focus more on what's important to them and don't sweat the small stuff to the degree they did when they were younger. Older adults are better about letting go of past failures. We tend to realize how life is short, and we are more likely to pay more attention to what makes us happy now. Another characteristic that keeps us younger, keeps us happier, is that of staying connected. The happiness study has found a strong association between happiness and close relationships like spouses, friends, family, social circles. Social circles as your church community as well. Personal connection creates mental and emotional stimulation, which are automatic mood boosters, while isolation is a mood buster. This is also an opportunity to focus on positive relationships and let go of negative people in our lives, or at least minimize our interactions with them. And this advice doesn't apply just to old folks, because I do know we have some less old folks in our organization, in our community. So maybe I shouldn't even call them, I was going to say less mature folks, but that doesn't work either, because folks in maturity comes on so many different levels. So I just don't know. Maybe you could say those whose hair is not turned white. I don't know how to describe the differentiation. But it's said that you're the average of your 5 closest friends. So if you're hanging around with losers or victims, you may just want to look at the potential impact that that has on your outlook and on your happiness. Here at Wellspring, the sense of community is strong, with our arms and hearts wide open to new folks. And we have weekly programs that can enhance that sense of community as well as learning. And I'm talking about the Sunday morning early birds and the Thursday evening group, for example, and the Course in Miracles that Edwin hosts every Saturday. These groups are a safe place to learn and to share and to grow. And more broadly, Las Cruces has a number of programs for mature individuals, such as the New Horizons Orchestra or the New Horizons Band, several chorale groups. There are numerous programs for those in the more artistic bend, and we certainly have the Senior Olympics every year. So as the world's population is aging, there are more and more opportunities for us to stay involved and not just shrink down or have the top closed down on our metaphysical chart. Furthermore, there are opportunities to volunteer. And this is gonna be audience participation for a second. Jan Reed has been involved in a program for reading to young children for probably, I thought it was about 20 years. How many years, Jan?
Not quite that, between 12, about 12.
About 12 years.
Formally.
Okay. Yeah, formally. So there are opportunities to volunteer as well. The happiness study found that one key way that people seem to be able to break the cycle of loneliness and begin to develop good relationships is to volunteer. A recent study of 10,000 people in the United Kingdom reported that 2/3 said Volunteering helped them feel less isolated. The point being, there is no reason to sit around the house watching TV feeling sad and lonely. And I'm not saying that any of you do that. The choice is yours. As we say, change your thinking, change your life. If you're in a situation where you're feeling sad and lonely, perhaps, there are a number of ways. All you have to do is avail yourself to them. So let me throw out a few more reasons to never quit learning. And this is from You're Never Too Old to Learn, 7 Reasons Why, by Blair Bedford. And I'm not going to read them all, I'll just cherry pick those. Technology makes it easier to learn. Technology can be a great tool to help us pick up new things easier and faster. No, we're still here. So my daughter was telling me of this program she got for her 3-year-old. She had been typically using the iPad as entertainment media for cartoons and so forth and so on. And she found this learning program and she was describing it to me. And one of the stories she told me was about colors. And it would describe colors. It would name the colors, you know, brown. And it would say it 2 or 3 different times. And then it would ask the child and show a picture of the kid because they had to put Brooke's picture in there. And so then it'd say, now it's your turn. And then Brooks might say brown or something. And it'd say, using artificial intelligence, you know, modern technology, it would say brown. And she said that he's now asking for that game instead of his cartoons. Now I bring that up because there are other programs out there for adults. Sorry about that. Think of the foreign language learning programs that we have now. I remember, you know, some years ago, 20 or more years ago, it was pretty much just kind of a one-way street. Unless you were in a classroom, you didn't have any feedback on how you were doing. And nowadays, you can hear them advertised about how they interact with you much greater. And a similar technology to this is helping people recover from strokes. And you can imagine, just as speaking the word brown for the youngster, that this kind of technology with the AI underpinnings that would actually give you appropriate feedback rather than just saying, well, now say it again, now say it again. So take advantage of technology to learn new things and let technology work for you. Getting older comes with more wisdom and experience to learn more. Now that you're older, you're wiser and able to use your past experiences to help you grow and to be more knowledgeable. And this, of course, goes in the spiritual arena as well. Perhaps when you're not quite so worried about getting the kids to daycare or to school or all those things, you know, they say grandparenting is great because, you know, you can just give the kids back to the parents. But as we were going through that time in our lives, we were very involved in a lot of it was, you know, lower on Maslow's hierarchy of needs in terms of just trying to make it from morning till night. And of course, there's no question that learning and growing as you age increases your lifespan. There was a study by Yale School of Medicine at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, on life expectancy. So those who were more educated tend to live longer. Therefore, education was the biggest difference in those who lived longer. And I don't necessarily think it, I mean, that's what the study said, but still, there's much more to education than getting a college degree. But when you continue to learn and grow, you only enhance your life more, and you also add to your lifespan. Another one that I picked was, with age comes a discipline to tackle your goals. The older you get, the more discipline you start with to tackle your goals. Your past experiences can help propel your goals even more. As you get older, the discipline to achieve your goals only gets stronger, and learning something new helps you reach your goals in a new way. I'd say while it appears that in our culture, or as a culture, we've kind of gotten away from respecting our elders, there are still places in the world where wisdom and experience of the mature individuals is respected, and what they have is available, and the children actually sit at the knee of the grandparent, or the elder in the tribe, if you will, to learn. So it's still worth our effort to seek out those with greater wisdom. And if you happen to be one of those, then make yourself available to others. They say if you're not growing, you're dying. Albert Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Tom Baudet, I think he's the guy from the hotel, right? He'll leave the light on for you. He said, the difference between school and life, question mark. In school, you're taught a lesson and then given a test. In life, you're given a test that teaches you a lesson. That was quite nice. I would say approach everything with a sense of curiosity. Ask, what amazing thing is unfolding before my eyes right here and right now? So can you teach an old dog new tricks? I guess I'd say yes if you want to. And so it is for us old tricksters. So let's take it to prayer. Oh, beloveds, we come together every Sunday. We invite Spirit into our midst. We know that Spirit is mighty. We know that Spirit is operating in, through, and around each and every one of us. That Spirit is using us to extend divine love to one another, to expand the understanding of the universe, to provide greater and greater expression of that divine, of that source, that oneness. So as we know, we are a piece and a part of that divine. We know that all is perfect and in divine order. We may not always see that, but underneath, everything is in perfect divine order. We just hold that understanding and that sense of perfection for ourselves. It just overflows and floods everything in our life as we go through our day-to-day experiences. That is divinity expressing itself through us and with us. We know this is true for others as well. And we hold this for them, knowing that no matter what their story, no matter what their circumstance, no matter what their experiences, they are living from a sense of the divine. They are living from a sense of perfection, perfection unfolding. We give thanks for that. We give thanks for the understanding that this is how it works. We give thanks for the support and the love that we feel from each other and from the divine, expressing through each other. We know that all of our hopes and dreams can be placed within the law and the love of the divine, can be released. Matter of fact, we do that now. We release this prayer, we release all that we are into the divine, knowing that all is well, all is in divine order, and so it is. So we have some more guest music. Yes, we call it guest. It's somebody we know. Thank you, Gary.
I just want to say, this actually builds very well on the topic he was talking about, and it's about the future, and it's about building mountains.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. And it was wonderful. I even kind of felt like dancing, and that's kind of unusual. Okay, so there are a number of folks who contributed to this service today, and I think you're each one very valuable. And we also want to acknowledge and receive our virtual gifts and the ones we receive in person today. We give great thanks for the offerings already given and those we will be receiving, because we know that giving and receiving are both part of one flow. We affirm that we are also a part of this flow. We bless these gifts, and we know they are multiplied throughout our community. So we want to thank all of you that are here today and all of you that are joining us by Zoom. And I think also there is a recording available, so whenever you're listening to this recording, thank you. Thank you. Okay. And so lastly, we're going to stay around in the Zoom meeting after the service to visit, or you can join us, those of you here in the fellowship hall. So if you'd like to stand now, we'll say our benediction and sing our congregational song. Okay. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world. And so it is.